Hello friends, today I am going to say a few words about normality tests using SPSS software. The concepts and importance. Normality test means we have to make sure that our data sampled from population which follows normal distribution. In other words, we can say that whether our sample data fits a normal distribution which is reflected by a bell-shaped continuous curve or not. This test is important in the sense that if the sample data are not being taken from a normally distributed population data, we cannot apply many parametric statistical tools. For example, z-test, t-test, f-test, ANOVA, MANOVA, linear regression, correlation, discriminant analysis, etc. in our research work as research methodology or research tool, because all these tests require that the dependent variable approximately normally distributed for each level of independent variable. Now, in this context, it is important to note that the researcher should not expect that the data sampled from normally distributed population show exactly the same pattern, that is continuous bell-shaped curve as it is seen in any statistical standard statistical or econometric textbook. It should be at least approximately normal. Okay, there are two different ways to test the normality. What are these? The first one is graphical methods and the second one is quantitative methods. Regarding graphical methods, the histogram, stem and leaf plot, box plots, which is also known as the box and whisker diagram, PP plot, that is normal probability plot, QQ plot, quantile plot. Okay, similarly, regarding the quantitative methods, skewness and kurtosis measure, Kolmogorov-Smirnov test, Shapiro-Wilk test, etc. Now, coming to one by one, frequency histogram and relative frequency histogram can give us a rough idea about the normality of sample data, though the bell shaped in this case depends on sample size. For small sample, it is very difficult to get an idea about the normality through this diagram. Okay, as the sample size increases, we can get little bit idea about the normality or bell shaped curve. Stem and leaf plot, similarly, from the name it is clear that this diagram is based on stem and leaf, and this diagram also moderately helpful for getting the idea about the normality. Still, more sample data gives clear picture about the bell-shaped pattern. So box plot, in this diagram we need first quartile, second quartile, that is median, and third quartile, and we have to check whether first quartile and third quartile approximately the same distance from median, that means median first quartile, median third quartile, etc. And the whiskers, that means the straight line above the box, okay, and below the box are approximately the same length. We have to check this one. If they are same, more or less moderately same, we can say that approximately the sample data has been taken from normally distributed population data. Similarly, the normal probability plot, in this case we have to arrange the values or sample data in ascending order, then calculate their corresponding standard score, that is also known as a normal score. Then we put the values in the horizontal axis and their standard score in the vertical axis, and check whether most of the pair of the points will lie on a particular straight line or not. Okay, though we should not expect that all the points will lie on the straight line, but most of the points will lie. That means we can take approximate measure that approximately more or less the sample data has been taken from normally distributed population. Now, the quantile plot also, we compare quantiles of our empirical data with the ideal one, and we check do all the points fall on a straight line or not. So all these graphical measures indicate that visually our sample data are approximately normally distributed or not. Okay, now quantitative method, skewness and kurtosis measure. According to this measure, we have to divide the skewness and kurtosis statistic by their standard error as provided by SPSS software. For normality, these values should lie between -1.96 and +1.96. Now, Kolmogorov-Smirnov test, the null hypothesis of Kolmogorov-Smirnov test is that the data sampled from population follows normal distribution, and the opposite one, that is alternative hypothesis, that it does not follow the normal distribution. Hence, if the test statistic is greater than 0.05, we have to accept the null hypothesis, but if the test statistic is less than or equal to 0.05, we have to reject the null hypothesis. Hence, we have to go for non-parametric tests. The same logic is applicable for Shapiro-Wilk test also. Now, we have taken, suppose this is randomly selected, some students' weights are given. Okay, we take these weights into our Excel file. The Excel file, the data looks like this. Now we have to, in our software, we have imported from Excel file to SPSS software. It looks like this: data view, variable view, okay, ratio scale data. Now, how to go for normality test? Go for analyze. go for descriptive statistics, go for explore. Okay, so weights are given here, so you have to take the right side, go for statistics, no change, continue, plots. Okay, stem, leaf, click histogram, normality plot. Okay, continue, option, no change, continue, then click OK. Okay, so the case processing summary, first table. So number of valid cases, number of missing cases, no missing cases are there, total number 55, n is 55. Okay, now the descriptive statistics, mean, median, variance, standard deviation, all these values are given, but we have to consider the skewness measure, that means statistic is minus 0.116 and standard error 0.322. So what we have to do, minus 0.116 by 0.322 and check whether this value falls within the range of minus 1.96 to plus 1.96. Similarly, the value of Kurtosis statistic divided by its standard error and check whether this ratio falls within minus 1.96 or plus 1.96. If it falls within these two values, then we can get the rough idea that our data distributed normally distributed population data. Our data has been sampled from normal population which follows normal distribution. Similarly, tests of normality, Kolmogorov spin of test p value, it is reflected in the SPSS by SIG, p value is 0.200, Shapiro-Wilk 0.125. So both are greater than 0.05. Hence we have to accept the null hypothesis. That means our sample data has been taken from normally distributed population data. Similarly, this is histogram. If we take one diagram here in this way, so it may be a likely normal, approximately a normal distribution or bell-shaped curve. Okay, by putting the midpoints, approximately normal distribution. So in this way we will get. Similarly, this is stem leaf. If we take in this way one imaginary line, it looks like a normal distribution or bell-shaped curve here. Okay, bell-shaped curve in this way. Similarly, normal plot, though all the dot plots will not lie on the straight line, but most of the points we can accept. Little bit skewness is there, but still now we can accept that from this normal QQ plot, that means the data has been sampled from normally distributed population. This is box plot, whisker, this length should be same, but approximately these are apparently not same, these two lengths, but we can approximately take it as same. Similarly, this is Q1, this point is Q1, this is median, and this is Q3. So the distance between Q3 and Q2 and Q2 and Q1, this distance should be same, though apparently it is not same, but approximately we can take it from other values are also that the samples has been taken from normally distributed population. So in this way we can test for normality of the data, sample data. So most of the researchers generally ignore, but I think that you should take care about the these tests, because unless they do not follow the normal distribution, population normal distribution, then we cannot able to apply many statistical tool. So that's all for today. Thank you for watching.